Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tell Me Why, the program for American Airlines team members. It looks at the why behind the news, information, and all that's happening here at American. My name is Ron DeFeo, working the Global Engagement Group. And today, Scott Laurence, SVP Partnership Strategy. Scott, welcome.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Perfect timing. We booked this months out, and we're going to talk about partnerships and advantage and all that stuff. But perfect timing, because this week, we announced we've signed new GDS deals with Sabre, Amadeus, and Travelport. Tell me why this is so important.
Well, first of all, we actually planned it this way. We had this on the calendar, and we put a bunch of work into this.
That's right.
But look, what's really important about this is that we've refreshed these deals with our partners. The team did a fantastic job in doing that. And it gives us a couple of things. The first is moving toward a NDC world, new distribution capability.
Sure.
This is a world where basically we are moving off of what I would say the industry is on, like Netscape.
Yeah.
And we're moving to Google.
Right.
And the other piece is we get a lot of freedom in terms of what we're able to do with AA.com.
Okay.
And so content freedom was really important to us. So these are, for us, a big, big deal.
That sounds great. And we have tons of information on our newsroom and on Jetnet about this. So this news out this week. So yeah, this was planned. It's like when people have a book launch, they time their appearances.
Yeah. Well, we do our media first. That comes first here.
That's right. So big news out there today. Please do feel free to go check that out. But while you're here, we originally booked you here to talk about partnerships.
Absolutely.
As well as advantage. And so, we've announced a series of partnerships over the past couple of years. You look at those, plus the existing joint businesses we have, whether it's with Qantas, the Pacific joint business, the Atlantic. Talk about why these partnerships are such a big deal here, especially in this post-pandemic world.
Well, I think first and foremost, they allow us to extend our reach at a time when our resources are pretty limited. Mm-hmm. As we've come out of the pandemic, whether it's aircraft, when we took delivery delays, whether it's people, and this allows us to work in conjunction with our partners to create a global network. It also allows us to focus on areas where we frankly, can be more profitable. Yeah. So, if you look at a world where with BA, this summer we flew 4 Dallas Heathrows, they flew 1. But they covered cities like Austin or Nashville. And so again, as we grow in both our hubs and in some of the focus cities, this allows us to move forward seamlessly with our partners.
That's great. And you mentioned seamless because we know one thing customers want, and team members for that matter, right? They want the seamless travel experience. So how are we working on that front?
It's a lot of work. And, I will tell you, one of the things that we clearly want to do is make sure that a customer does not get off one of our airplanes at Heathrow and then fall off a cliff like we've, never seen them before.
Sure.
And so we've made a lot of progress there. And whether it's with, our Atlantic joint business partners, those flying across the Pacific, or even here domestically, things like upgrades, system-wide upgrades, making sure that you can get a seat assignment on a partner. And we're making significant progress with that. But I would say that is work that is always... It's always at play, and I think it's something that while we'll make a lot of progress, a year from now, we'll still be saying it's a top priority because there's always more work to do.
That sounds great. We'll have to have you on in 1 year's time to get an update.
If that's the case, we should book it now, and I'll plan a big announcement on the same date.
That's great. And while I got you here, before you go, we got to talk about Advantage. We reimagined that program earlier this year, with loyalty points. And for the first time, right, status is possible now without even flying. So talk a little bit about this. The future of our co-brand cards in this whole new world.
So this is really exciting. And I think when you sort of look at us recovering out of COVID, co-brand is a big deal. And we really, and I was lucky enough to come in and have the table set nicely. With loyalty points, it activated our card base. So if you were an elite here, I love this, right? I'd get this printed on T-shirts. I'd put it all over the building. If you had the card and we went to loyalty points, you spent more. You moved spend to the card, which is really good for us. It enables profitability. It enables growth. If you were an elite with us and you didn't have the card, we moved to loyalty points and you actually went out there and acquired the card. This is something that, and again, in a world where business traffic really hasn't recovered as we're adjusting to a new normal, blended trips, all that kind of stuff, the card plays into that. And it becomes incredibly important in terms of a recovery mechanism and a growth mechanism. The other part of this is with our card partners, particularly with Citi. They have stepped up to work with us. And as we look forward over the next couple of years, we've got some pretty big goals. But we're well on our way of meeting those. And again, loyalty points has been the sort of launching point for that. So, our customers love this. Frankly, we love it. And there is a very bright future in the co-brand world.
Awesome. GDSs, Advantage, partnerships. We covered a lot of ground.
Yes.
Thanks for being here. Timing it appropriately. And right, like you said, we'll book it for 1 year from now.
You got it.
Awesome. Well, hey, a couple more months left here for season 5 of Tell Me Why. So a few more episodes to go. If you do have anything you want to hear about, know about, learn about, please feel free to drop us a line on the Jetnet page. We will be sure to get that to you. As you know, we live on Jetnet, but we are in all sorts of places where you get your podcasts, be it Apple, SoundCloud, or what have you. So thanks for checking us out. Give it a listen, tell a friend, and we'll see you on the next episode of Tell Me Why.